In this AlignMix video, you will learn how to import account data into AlignMix. Now, account data is just that. It's data that's linked to an account. So in this screen here, you'll see a very basic CRM looking export. Now, the most important things that you need in order to import any account data into AlignMix is the name or the ID, but we do highly recommend using an ID because all of your data will be linked to that unique identifier. You then need the base geography. So if you're creating your files in 5-digit zips, then you need the 5-digit zip code for every account. If you're importing data into a county-based file, then you would need the FIPS code for every account. So to recap, you absolutely need a name or an ID, but it's recommended to have an ID. You then need the base geography. So at a minimum, those are the two things that you need to import your accounts. In this file, we will also import a segmentation. So we will have different icons appear for each segment type. And in this case, it will be A, B, C, and D. These accounts are also already assigned to a territory and a sales rep. And we have 3 numeric data sets that we will be importing. And then finally, we have a text-based data field that we will also import. So now let's open up an AlignMix file. And now we will go ahead and import that data. And you can import account data into a blank AlignMix file, or you can import it into a file that you've created already. In this case, we will be importing into a blank AlignMix file. So now we click here on File, Import, and import your data. We select that file for import and click on Open. And right away, you will see the import screen appear. And here on the left side, you will see all of the column labels from that Excel file appear. And this is also why you need to have all of the labels appear in the first row. If you wanted to import from a different worksheet, you would click here on the back button and select a different worksheet for import. But we will stick to worksheet number 1 and click on Next. Now what we need to do is drag these column data sets from the left to the corresponding section on the right. So to start with, account ID would go to unique ID. And right when I drop that ID in, you will see the other categories have collapsed. This is AlignMix knowing what we are about to import and is trying to simplify that process for us. The name will go to name, street 1 to street 2 to street 2, city goes to city, state to state. The zip code goes to zip code, segmentation to segment. Territory ID goes to the assigned territory ID, sales rep to sales rep, are 3 data sets, and I will hold Control to hold them all together and drop them into numeric data, and then text-based data goes to text-based data. The 2 things that are the most important for an account import is the account ID or name and the zip code in this case, or any base geography. Without that base geography, you cannot go forward to the next step. So now let's click here on Next. Now we see a summary of what we are about to import, and you will notice that there are 8 duplicates. So AlignMix will locate those duplicates based on the account ID, and it will merge them into one. So instead of having 8 icons representing the same account on the map, it will merge them all into one, and will also total up the data sets for those 8 rows. Click Next, and now Finish. And right away you will see a legend appear in the top right. And that's because I imported this data with a segmentation. If I zoom into an area like St. Louis, you will see those icons are now shown in their home zip codes. Selecting the lasso tool here in the top left, I'll lasso the zip codes and accounts, and when I let go, you will see that there is data in there. And we've actually assigned 2 territories worth of data right there because those accounts during the import were also assigned to territories. Now, you may be wondering, why have these zip codes not been assigned to any territories and created that geographic alignment? Well, that's because you've only imported account data at this stage, and that import only placed account icons in their home zip code, linked data to those icons, and it assigned those icons to territories. So the next step would be to either import a zip to territory file that has every zip code and territory assignment, and then AlignMix can map all those zip codes to the correct territories, or you can click on Tools and then click on the Clean Alignment button, and then AlignMix will assign the zip codes to the same territories that the accounts are assigned to that are found within that zip code. And there you go. You've just learned how to import account data into AlignMix.